Hey, hey, we're still in a Christmas spirit here, so let's make another festive dish today. And I figured if you want to make something look festive, you should turn it into a pot pie. Anything you like. You like Indian curry? Pot pie that. You like lentil soup? Pot pie that. You know what I like? Caponata, the most delicious Sicilian stew made with eggplants. So that's what I'm going to pot pie today. And you see, the video hasn't even started yet and we already invented a new verb. And this is what you need: 2 eggplants or aubergines, celery, 1 onion, carrot, a red bell pepper or 2 sweet peppers, some black olives, capers, garlic, raisins, fresh thyme, parsley and a handful of pine nuts, red wine vinegar, but I'm using apple cider vinegar, cayenne pepper, ready-made puff pastry, some sweetener of choice, I'm having maple syrup, and some salt and pepper. You hear that sound? That's my oven preheating at 200 Celsius. And look what I have here. 2 aubergines. These look a little bit messed up, but that's because they were on sale and I wanted to save them from the garbage bin, so I got these. And what I need to do now is chop them up in 1-inch chunks or pieces and put them in a colander, put a little salt in them and let them extract all the liquids. So that's what we're going to do first. And the reason for me to do the salt treatment is because 1, it does make it less bitter, and 2, it extracts all of the liquids. So it makes them less spongy and the eggplant doesn't soak up all the oil in the pan when you're frying them. So I now transfer them to the sieve and I put the sieve over a bowl, and now I'm going to put quite an amount of salt. And rub it in. Put this aside for a little while. That leaves me with some time to cut up all of my veggies. I have some celery here. I'm going to use, I think, 3 sticks of celery, carrot, onion. I'm going to chop it up real fine. Back to my eggplants. These have been resting in the sieve for let's say 45 minutes, and I can squeeze them and all of the liquids come out, so I'm just going to squeeze them a little bit more. And now I'm going to rinse these because I want to remove some of the salt. Onto my tea towel they go. So now I'm going to pat and squeeze them to make sure that they're really dry. So here's my beloved pot, the one and only. I'm going to turn on the heat, make sure it's nice and hot, and put in some olive oil. Let's say a generous tablespoon or 2. Start with the carrots, celery and onions. After 5 minutes or so, they start to get more translucent and soft, and this is the point where I'm adding the aubergines. And these have to cook for 5 more minutes. And in the meantime, I crushed 2 cloves of garlic. Fresh thyme, loads of it. Now season it with salt. The salt will also help to soften up the veggies, and also a little bit of cayenne pepper. Not too much, my kids are eating this as well. I'm going to put a little bit, like a tiny bit of cinnamon. I mean, it's not even 1/4 teaspoon, but this will add this flavor that everyone recognizes but not really knows what they're tasting. So everyone at the Christmas table will be like, it tastes so Christmassy, what is it? Now the capers and olives. I think this is about 100 grams. Next, diced tomatoes from a can, because we can. Thumbs up if you want more unnecessary bad jokes. This is 2 cans. And for the final 3 ingredients, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar and some maple syrup or coconut sugar, because we need to balance that acidity with some sweetness. And then I'm going to chop up some fresh parsley and add it as well. Now put on a lid and let it cook for 10 more minutes. So 10 minutes have passed. I'm turning off the heat, and this is the point where I have to try for the seasoning. More salt. Definitely more salt. And maybe a little more sweetness. So I'm adding a tiny splash of a maple syrup, that is. You really want this sweet and sour taste. That is really what makes the dish so delicious. So that's it for the filling. And the cool part about this is you can make this the day before, and that will actually make this taste better, because all of the ingredients are going to make love to each other during the night, and the next day it's going to be a flavor explosion. Take out your pretty oven-proof dish. As you can see, this filling is quite thick, but here's a tip: if your filling turned out a little bit watery, just add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1 tablespoon of water and mix it well and put it in your stew, and that will just thicken up your filling. Here I have ready-made puff pastry, the only pastry that I will never attempt to make myself. It's quite a lot of work. Now here's something you can bring to the feast to impress your meat-eating friends. Eat this, my friend. So that's it for today. I'm going to do another Christmas thing next week, probably dessert. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.